Life doesn't hand out greatness overnight. There's no lightning bolt, no magic pill. Extraordinary lives are not born. They are built, brick by brick, day by day. And here's the secret: the days matter. Each one is a seed. What you plant today, you'll harvest tomorrow. If you want a life that stands out, start with a day that counts. Most people want success, but live like it's out of reach. They look to the future and wait for a break, forgetting that today is the break they've been given. Excellence isn't a weekend event, it's a daily habit. The small disciplines, done consistently, shape the extraordinary. Don't underestimate the power of your choices. What you do today is writing the story you'll tell tomorrow. Do you want a story worth telling? Then start showing up with purpose, with integrity, and with a hunger to grow. Ordinary people become extraordinary by mastering the ordinary consistently. A day well lived is not flashy. It's structured, focused, full of intention. It might mean rising earlier, listening more, reading instead of scrolling, saying no to distractions and yes to progress. Stack enough of these days and you'll wake up in a life you once dreamed of. And let me remind you, don't wait for motivation. Motivation follows action. Start moving, start building. Every step taken in discipline invites progress to stay a little longer. You don't need to transform your life in a week. You only need to win today. Then do it again tomorrow. Live with vision, work with discipline, love with purpose. That's how extraordinary is built. One meaningful, intentional, disciplined day at a time. Success is never a single moment. It's not found in a big decision or one lucky break. It's not a sudden leap. It's a steady climb. And what fuels that climb? Small daily disciplines, the kind that don't make headlines, the kind that feel almost invisible, but they are the seeds of transformation. Every day offers a choice. You can drift, or you can decide. You can wait for life to hand you something, or you can show up and build it one disciplined act at a time. The world may celebrate the results, but what really matters is what happens in private, when no one is watching. The early morning reading, the extra call you make, the workout you didn't feel like doing, the temptation you resisted. That's where your future is being shaped. The challenge is small disciplines don't always feel important in the moment. They're easy to do, but also easy not to do. You could read 10 pages of a good book today. It won't change your life in one sitting, but do that for a year, and you'll have read over a dozen books. That kind of knowledge compounds. That kind of thinking rewires your mind. But skip today? It seems harmless. That's the trap. Skipping once becomes skipping twice. A month goes by, then a year. And you wonder why life looks the same. The key is consistency. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up. Improvement doesn't come from occasional spurts of effort. It's the steady, repeated action that builds strength. Just like water carving through rock, daily effort leaves a permanent mark on your life. Discipline builds self-respect. When you do the things you said you would, even when it's inconvenient, you begin to trust yourself. You stop waiting for outside motivation, you create your own. You stop needing inspiration, you become it. Think of someone you admire. Their confidence, their success, their wisdom, it wasn't handed to them. It was earned through small, consistent disciplines. They practiced when others quit. They studied when others coasted. They prepared when others partied. And while no one saw the grind, everyone noticed the results. The beauty of small disciplines is they are available to everyone. You don't need special talent. You don't need a wealthy background. You don't need permission. You just need a reason, a routine, and a relentless spirit. The greatest difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't intelligence. It's what they do daily. And here's the truth. Time will pass either way. In a year, you'll either be glad you started or wish you had. The compound effect works for you or against you. Every donut you eat, every time you skip the gym, every hour you waste adds up. So does every healthy meal, every workout, every hour of focused work. You choose which way it builds. Discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. When you master the moment, you master the future. You're not just getting through the day, you're building something. Every day you keep a promise to yourself, you take one more step toward the life you want. Start with what you can do. Wake up 10 minutes earlier, save $5, write one paragraph, make one phone call, encourage one person. If you do something small but meaningful every day, you'll look up one day and realize you're living a life most people only dream of. Extraordinary doesn't come from doing extraordinary things once. It comes from doing ordinary things with excellence every single day. So don't despise the small stuff. It's not small. It's the foundation of everything. The journey to your best life doesn't begin someday. It begins today. And it doesn't require a complete overhaul, just a commitment to small, consistent action. Stack those wins, honor those disciplines, stay the course. The results will speak for themselves. The future isn't some far-off mystery waiting to unfold on its own. It's being written right now, through the choices you make today. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every habit you repeat is shaping the direction of your life. The quality of your future is not a matter of chance, it's a reflection of your daily actions. People often talk about their dreams, their goals, their ideal life. They describe where they want to be, how they want to live, and what kind of legacy they hope to leave. And while vision is essential, it's not enough. The dream doesn't work unless you do. The future is built brick by brick, and today is one of those bricks. Lay it well, and the structure grows stronger. Waste it, and the foundation weakens. Success doesn't arrive all at once. It comes from repeated, disciplined effort. The student who reviews their notes today instead of scrolling endlessly on a phone, what they're really doing is investing in their future competence. The business owner who follows up with one more client instead of calling it a day, they're investing in tomorrow's opportunity. The parent who spends time with their child instead of zoning out in front of the TV, they're shaping the future of that relationship. Nothing is wasted. Every action has a ripple. The reason so many people feel stuck is not because their dreams are impossible, but because their actions don't match their aspirations. You can't sow seeds of procrastination and expect a harvest of excellence. You can't neglect your body and expect long-term vitality. Can't avoid responsibility and expect growth in leadership. Life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you prepare for. The good news, you're in control. The pen is in your hand. You don't need to overhaul your life in one dramatic gesture. You just need to take today seriously. You need to act in a way that honors where you want to be. If your dream is big, then your actions today need to align with that dream. Don't just talk about the future. Build it step by step, decision by decision. Think of your life as a garden. Today, you're planting. Some seeds will grow quickly, others will take time. Some will require patience, watering, pruning. But one thing is guaranteed, nothing grows if nothing is planted. And weeds don't need help. They show up automatically. So if you're not intentional with your actions, disorder and mediocrity take over by default. Excellence isn't accidental. It comes from choosing to be consistent even when no one is watching. It comes from choosing growth over comfort, discipline over ease, and commitment over distraction. When you treat today with purpose, tomorrow becomes a reward, not a regret. The truth is, the gap between where you are and where you want to be is bridged by what you do every single day. The future version of you, the confident one, the successful one, the fulfilled one, is watching how you spend your time today. They're depending on you to show up, to work smart, to take the right risks, and to keep going. So ask yourself honestly, are your actions today a vote for the future you want? Or are they a delay, a detour, a distraction from that vision? You don't need to wait for a new year, a new week, or a new month. Every sunrise is a new page. What will you write on it? Will it be filled with intentional steps or wasted moments? Will it lead you closer to your dreams or deeper into routine and comfort? The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you are shaping even now. You don't control everything, but you control enough to change everything. What you read today, what you choose to learn, how you treat others, how you manage your time and energy, these are all votes cast for the future you're building. So build wisely, build deliberately, and build with the quiet understanding that while the world may not see what you're doing today, your future self is counting on it. Too many people live their lives waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for more time, waiting for motivation, waiting for everything to line up just right. But here's the truth. Life rarely works that way. If you're always waiting for a better day, you'll spend most of your life watching it pass by. Don't wait for a better day. Create one. Every day you wake up is a gift. What you do with it is your responsibility. You may not control the weather, the economy, or other people's decisions, but you do control your attitude, your actions, and your mindset. And that's more than enough to create something worthwhile today. The problem with waiting is it breeds passivity. It convinces you that circumstances must improve before you do. That's a trap. You start thinking, I'll start when I have more time, or I'll work on my goals when things calm down. But things rarely calm down. The distractions never end. The perfect time never comes. What you have is now, and now is powerful if you treat it like it matters. Creating a better day doesn't require something dramatic. It's not about achieving everything in one leap. It's about choosing to take one intentional step in the right direction. That might mean waking up a little earlier to plan your priorities. It could mean turning off the noise and investing time in learning something new. It could be reaching out to someone who needs encouragement or finally doing that task you've been avoiding. One small action can change the tone of your whole day, and those days begin to stack into something meaningful. There's something powerful that happens when you stop waiting and start doing. You regain a sense of ownership. You stop blaming and start building. You stop drifting and start deciding. You realize that better days aren't found, they're made. They're made with discipline, gratitude, courage, and follow-through. Think about it. If you were to do just 3 productive, purposeful things every day for a year, that's over 1,000 forward steps. That's how progress is made, not in one sweeping gesture, but in consistent movement day after day. People often wait for inspiration before they act, but most of the time, inspiration comes in after you act. When you start moving, when you take that first small step, something shifts inside. You begin to see possibilities instead of problems. You build confidence. You gain clarity. The energy you thought you needed to begin actually shows up because you began. Creating a better day is a choice, and it's a choice you make again and again, especially when you don't feel like it. You choose to focus on what you can do instead of what you can't. You choose to push past procrastination and step into momentum. You choose to make progress instead of making excuses. Some days will feel ordinary, even dull. But if you approach them with the right mindset, they become stepping stones to an extraordinary life. Great days are not always filled with excitement. They're often filled with quiet victories, resisting temptation, sticking to your schedule, finishing what you started, doing the right thing when no one's watching. And here's something else to remember. Even difficult days can be made better through perspective. Gratitude doesn't always change your circumstances, but it changes how you experience them. When you approach the day with appreciation instead of complaint, you begin to see what's possible rather than what's missing. So stop waiting for everything to be perfect. The better day you're hoping for is hidden inside the one you're living now. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a decision. Decide to take ownership. Decide to move forward. Decide that today will not be wasted. Decide that even if it's not your best day, it will still be a building day, a step closer to the life you want. The clock is ticking either way. Time will pass whether you create or coast. So why not create? Why not step into the driver's seat and steer your day towards something better? Because in the end, the people who live the best lives aren't the ones who had everything handed to them. They're the ones who stopped waiting and started creating. Progress isn't a lightning strike. It doesn't come in a flash of brilliance or a sudden wave of motivation. It comes slowly, quietly, and steadily, one day at a time. The real magic of progress is not in how fast you move, but in how consistent you are. Progress compounds when done daily. You see, most people overestimate what they can do in a short period and underestimate what they can accomplish over time with consistent effort. It's not the giant leaps, but the daily steps that carry you far. Just like money grows with compound interest, so does personal development, skill, health, and success if you invest in it every single day. The daily habits may seem small. They may even feel insignificant. Reading 10 pages, making a follow-up call, stretching for 15 minutes, saving $5. None of these feel life-changing in the moment, but do them every day for a year, and your life will be unrecognizable. The compound effect kicks in, and suddenly all those small wins become a massive victory. Here's the key. Daily means daily. Not when you feel like it, not when it's easy, not when the weather's nice or when the schedule's light. The power is in the repetition. The gain is in the grind. One push-up won't change your body. One healthy meal won't turn your life around. One productive day won't build a career. But string them together, that's where transformation lives. The danger is in dismissing the small. Most people fail not because they don't try hard enough, but because they don't try long enough. They plant the seed, water it once or twice, and walk away because they don't see instant results. But progress is slow and often invisible, until one day it isn't. Imagine someone learning a new language. 10 minutes a day may seem laughable at first. But do that for 365 days and they've logged over 60 hours of practice. It's not small anymore. That's momentum. That's ability. That's progress compounded. The same is true with building wealth. Save a small amount every day. It may not feel like much now, but give it time, add discipline, add consistency, and watch how it grows. The little things become big things when done daily. But remember, it works in reverse too. Skipping a day, a task, a promise to yourself doesn't seem like much either. Skip your goals for one day, it's a blip. Skip for a week, it becomes a pattern. Skip for a month, you start sliding backward. Just as progress compounds, so does neglect. You don't fail overnight, you drift there slowly. That's why discipline is so vital. Discipline doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. It means doing the right things regularly. It means showing up even when the excitement fades. It means honoring the process even when the results are still out of sight. And this is where most give up. They want progress to feel exciting, but real growth often feels boring. Progress is brushing your teeth every day. It's practicing scales. It's showing up to the gym. It's reviewing the numbers. It's writing a paragraph. It's saying no when you'd rather say yes. There's no spotlight, no applause, no celebration. But if you stay with it, the results begin to multiply. Eventually, the person who kept showing up starts to separate from the rest. They didn't leap ahead. They just didn't stop. 1 inch at a time, they built something others only talked about. And when the harvest finally comes, it looks like an overnight success to those who weren't paying attention. But it wasn't. It was daily effort, compounded. So the lesson is simple. If you want to grow, invest in progress every day. Don't chase perfection. Don't wait for motivation. Just move forward a little bit at a time. Build the habit, protect the momentum, and stay faithful to the small things. Because when you do, something powerful happens. The days begin to add up. The wins begin to stack. And you wake up one day in a life that looks very different than when you started. That's the power of daily progress. Quiet, steady, relentless, and absolutely life-changing. Success isn't random. It doesn't fall out of the sky or land on lucky people. It's not a matter of chance. It's a matter of design. If your life is chaotic, your results will be inconsistent. But if your days are built on structure and guided by routine, success becomes not just possible, but predictable. Success is the reward of structure and routine. Think about anything great, whether it's a business, a healthy body, a strong relationship, or a growing skill. None of these happen by accident. They are the byproduct of disciplined structure and repeated routine. When you organize your life, you organize your future. Most people hope their day will go well. The successful plan it. They don't leave it to chance. They don't wonder what they'll do when they wake up. They already know. Their morning has a rhythm. Their work has focus. Their evening has reflection. That's not by default. That's by design. Structure is the framework that keeps your life from falling into disorder. It gives you a system to operate within, a foundation to build on. Without structure, you're reacting to life instead of directing it. You're busy but not productive, moving but not progressing. You feel overwhelmed but you can't figure out why. It's because your energy is scattered instead of scheduled.